Years ago, when I was in 7th grade, an octopus sailed off the seafloor and secured herself to a rocky outcropping off the coast of California. She was nearly a mile below the surface, thousands of feet past any tendrils of sun. But in the bright beams of a submarine, the octopus's edges glowed the reddish purple of a salted Japanese plum. I know about the purple octopus because a remotely operated submersible watched her glide toward the cliff. The sub, which hailed from the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute, had come to observe not just one octopus, but the many Granuletini boreopacifica octopuses like her known to cling to the sea cliff. But she was the only one there, moving slowly toward the rock. When the sub returned a little over a month later, it found the same octopus. They could tell by the scars. Latched onto the side of the outcropping, her arms coiled around her like suckered fiddlehead ferns, sealing in a newly laid clutch of eggs. When the octopus held herself close in this way, she was around the size of a personal pizza. Her large black eyes peered down into the abyss of the canyon beneath her. The sub returned again and again to visit the mother octopus, who remained frozen in her vigil. She did not move. She did not eat. She shrank. Each visit found her paler, as if she had been dipped in milk. Her black eyes swirled in pallid clouds. Her pebbly skin hung loose from her body. The sub kept returning until it had seen the octopus 18 times over the course of 4.5 years, until one day it arrived to find the octopus gone. She had left behind a silhouette in tattered egg capsules still clinging to the rock like deflated balloons. This, the scientists understood, was a sign that her eggs had hatched successfully, freeing the mother octopus to die. Most mother octopuses lay a single set of eggs in a lifetime and die after their brood hatches. The scientists who observed the octopus called her 4.5-year brooding period the longest on record for any animal. In other words, no other creature on Earth had held its eggs close to its body and protected them for as long as she did. A story in Reuters called her Mother of the Year in the animal kingdom. The previous octopus record holder, Bathypolypus arcticus, was observed in captivity brooding for 14 months, which seemed shattering at the time. When I read about the octopus, I thought about sharing the article with my own mother, but I worried it might be too on the nose. I was hungry to learn everything I could about that mother octopus. I wanted to know how she chose that rock and how far she had to travel, and what her eggs felt like before being laid, if they were heavy, if they left an imprint on her body, and what else of the sea she'd seen up until then, and how she knew when it was time to leave the abyss, her familiar dimensionless expanse. In the abyss, a body can move across 3 planes. In the abyss, where a human would sink, crushed by pressure and cold, an octopus can meander. It can roam and hunt and unfurl its 8 limbs like a blooming flower. Do female octopuses know what to expect when they're brooding? Does each mother learn about the vigil as she experiences it, wondering each day how much longer it will last? Hundreds of octopus mothers speckling a cliff, each starving, each alone. Or maybe the purple octopus in her youth passed by paling octopuses clinging to the edges of the canyon and recognized this would also be her fate one day. More than anything, I wanted to know why the octopus with her big and alien brain did not eat while she brooded her eggs. Surely she must have hungered. Did she have any inkling of the flurry of babies that might not make it if she strayed from her vigil to hunt or eat or stretch her limbs? I knew I was anthropomorphizing, and yet I couldn't imagine how a creature with a consciousness would starve for 4.5 years without something like hope. What I mean to say is, I wanted to know if she ever regretted it.